Taking a look at the current radar for Major Winter Storm Fern, which is currently racing across the country, we have widespread moderate to heavy snow across the mid-Atlantic and pushing into southern New England as we speak. And that includes Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, and even Washington, D.C., which I will show you the live White House cam in a second, as you can clearly see the snow on there. But before we go there, snow extends all the way back into Ohio, into Indiana, into Illinois and Missouri. And then this storm system is so large that you have snow all the way back into Oklahoma and into portions of Texas at the same time that it's snowing in Pennsylvania and New Jersey and pushing into New England, the New England region. So that's 1,700 miles from Texas to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So this storm system is very, very large, and it continues racing to the north and east as we speak. And this storm system is also producing a lot of issues with ice. You have icing issues right now in Texas, major ice issues in Texas, Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, Mississippi. And then looking over here to the east, you have issues with ice in Georgia and both of the Carolinas. And you have many, many people without power. We're actually approaching, we have a few 100,000 people without power, and that's due to this ice storm down here that's ongoing, where 1 to 2 inches of ice is possible, and that's going to result in many more power outages until the storm system moves on out of the region, and hopefully the power companies are able to restore power soon for those individuals, because it is going to be brutally cold after the storm system passes. And let's take a look at the models. Here is a look at the HRR, or the HRRR model, which is one of our high resolution models. And here you can see you got icing concerns in eastern Texas, northern and central Louisiana, south and southeastern portions of Arkansas, northern portions of Mississippi, portions of Tennessee, Kentucky. And let's move this along here, because I want to show you when the icing concern should be over. So Texas, it's going to be moving out in the next few hours. Louisiana, it should be out of there by around 10 or 11 a.m. And then Arkansas, same deal for you. Mississippi, by around noon or 1 p.m., it should be out of there. And then for Tennessee and Kentucky, by later this evening, maybe around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, you should be in the clear. And then the storm system continues to move up the coast, and this low right here is going to transfer its energy to the coast here. And while you get these storm systems strengthening, and it's very, very close to the coast, and this system is still pretty strong, you're going to get southerly flow into the storm, and that's going to result in a changeover to sleet and potentially some freezing rain across portions of southeastern Pennsylvania, southern and central Jersey. And then let me zoom in here, because I want to show you what it's going to do. I want to show you a zoomed in version of the Northeast. So this is the current time right now. And then this is 7 o'clock. See, you got widespread snow across Ohio, across Pennsylvania, northern Virginia, Maryland, into Delaware, into New Jersey. And then as we move this along, this is around 10 a.m. here, still widespread heavy snow across Pennsylvania, northern Maryland, northern Virginia, and most of New Jersey, with the sleet line advancing northward here. You see this purple, that's all sleet. And then you got snow pushing into New England. And let's move this along here. This is 1 p.m. Look at this. You get the sleet line all the way up into Pennsylvania now. Still got some cold air damming here going on. So the cold air is holding on in this region right here. But the sleet line is advancing northward. And it really just depends on how fast the sleet line advances northward, and that's going to determine who sees a foot of snow and who doesn't see a foot of snow. If this is quicker, then it's going to drastically cut down snow totals, and that's why I put southeastern Pennsylvania in the 8 to 12 inch region, with most of the state being in the 12 to 18, because I do think that this sleet line is going to get up to at least Harrisburg. I don't think it's going to go much further north and west of Harrisburg, but I think Harrisburg is going to be the cutoff line. So, but it really just depends on how fast that sleet line advances northward, and that will determine who sees a foot of snow and who doesn't. Northern New Jersey, it looks like you might stay all snow, but you're right on the line there. And in New England, New York City, you do turn over to sleet later this evening. So looks like around 4 p.m., you change over to some sleet. Boston, you stay all snow. I mean, you're going to get a good snow out of this one. Let's look at the snow totals here. Here is the snow totals from the HRRR model. See, this is why I put Central PA in the 12 to 18 with less as you get further south and east, because the sleet is going to cut down on snow totals here. But I still believe 8 to 12 is in play. And northern Lancaster and portions of York County, I do believe that you're right on the line of that 12 to 18. If the sleet line advances slower, then I think you'll see somewhere between 12 and 18 inches. If that sleet line advances faster, then you're going to be in the range of 8 to 12. Probably closer to a foot, I would imagine, but it really just depends on that sleet line, how fast it advances. 12 to 18 here. You got New Jersey. Most of the region is going to see 8 to 12, with maybe slightly less down further south in southern Jersey. Into New England, you're going to see a region of 12 to 18 here. I could see some higher totals. I think maybe 20 to 21 inches. I don't think anyone's going to see 2 feet of snow out of this thing. It's possible, especially if you get in one of the heavier bands. But I think right now 12 to 18 looks good for this region right in here. New York City, you're going to be in the 8 to 12 inch range, right on the edge of the 12 to 18. But I do believe it's going to be closer to 8 to 12 because you are going to switch over to sleet. But Boston, you stay all snow. 12 to 18 looks likely for you. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will continue to make updates throughout the day as this storm progresses. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe.